Hi guys, very good afternoon dear students. Dear students, in this current lecture we are going to deal with the numerical problem of cantilever beam. I have already discussed the numerical problem about cantilever beam in last lecture, that means lecture number 6. If you not watch lecture number 6, then go in the playlist or Google Classroom or see the videos, because before lecture number 6 you can't able to understand the lecture number 7, because whatever the concept regarding to draw SFD and BMD of cantilever beam having multiple loads, and what was the criteria to draw this. So before watching this video you must watch lecture number 6, otherwise you can't able to understand this, because whatever the concept to deal the current problem I have already discussed in lecture number 6, or already from lecture number 1 to lecture number 5. So watch previous lecture, that means lecture number 6. So let's start the lecture. Dear student, this is the questions regarding cantilever beam. You see here, this is a question. A cantilever beam of a span 5 meter is subjected to UDL of 12 kN per meter over a length of 4 meter from fixed end. There is a point load of 10 kN at free end. Draw shear force and bending moment diagram. This is a question. First, according to question, you draw the cross section of a beam. Okay, suppose here what is given, a span of a beam is 5 meter. First you can draw the cantilever beam having a span what, 5 meter. Okay, after that, subjected to UDL of 12 kN over a length of 4 meter from fixed end. After that, UDL having intensity 12 kN per meter, that is UDL, that is not point load. Okay, and from fixed support it is 4 meter. Okay, after that there is a point load of 10 kN at free end. 10 kN load at free end, that means at free end. Okay, means that distance is what, 1 meter, because 5 minus 4, that is 1 meter. That is the loading condition of a beam. Okay, before solve SFD or PMD of any type of question, first to draw the loading condition of the beam and show all type of load in the figures. Okay, as same like you see here, that is a fixed beam, cantilever beam having one side fixed, other side free. According to question, the beam covered UDL of 12 kN per meter intensity having 4 meter span from fixed end A. After that, the load 10 kN meter at free end C. Okay, and total length of the beam is 5 meter. Okay, so that distance is 1 meter, because 5 minus 4, that is 1 meter. Okay, and you know that how to draw SFD and BMD. Before draw SFD and BMD, there are following calculation. First, you take the section in every region. I hope in last lecture I have already covered this concept. So if you not understand this, go in the previous lecture and see the video number 6. Okay, so first we take the sign convention. As you know that if we take the section XX and after that is the right side and that is the left side, if forces on the right side is downward and left side is upward, in that cases we take the sign convention positive. Okay, and if the section XX and right side is upward and left side is downward, in that cases we take sign convention negative. I hope you will understand this. Okay, same here, this is a beam, and how to define the regions, how many number of forces, because there are two forces, 10 kN point load and 12 kN meter UDL, means there are two regions. The number of forces and the number region is same. If the number of forces is 2, the number of region is 2. Okay, UDL is 1 forces and there is a point load, means there are 3 point or 2 regions, and in particular region BC we take the section XX like as in previous lecture, and take distance x from end C, because in cantilever beam we take the section XX from the free end, that means end C, and in every region we take the distance from free end. Remember it, in every region we take the distance from free end. So in that section we take a section from x distance from end C. Okay, and following the sign convention adopted to deal with the current section. I am not going to detail about all of the sign convention, because several times I told, if the section having right side is downward force and left side is upward, then sign convention is positive. If the section having right side is upward and left side is downward, then we take negative sign convention. In the case of bending moment, if the section having right side is clockwise movement and left side is anti-clockwise movement, in that cases we take the bending moment positive, and if the section having right side having clockwise movement and left side anti-clockwise movement, in that cases we take the bending moment negative. Okay, so in first we calculate the shear force at section XX, and after we calculate bending moment at section XX. That is the section XX. We calculate her shear force. Okay, how it is calculated? Because we know that in that region, in BC regions, there are only one forces, that is 10 kilonewton, and it is right side of section XX. And if the forces of the right side of section XX is downward, in that cases we take the shear force is positive. And what is the magnitude? 10 kilonewton. Okay, I hope you understand this, because I have already covered the concept regarding that in previous lecture number 6. And after that we take the moments on the section XX. Okay, how it is take moment? Because that is the force is 10 kilonewton and that distance is x. Then moment is what? Force into distance. The force is 10 and distance is x. 10 into x. And what is its sign convention? Because this forces rotate the beam like that, that is a clockwise movement. And if the section, that is the section, and if the right side of the section is clockwise movement, in that cases we take the what? Negative movements. That sign convention is negative. After that minus 10 into x, that is the bending moment at xx. And it is very important to define the regions, because this shear force and bending moment lies in particular region, that means in region BC, and where it is varies and x less than equal to 1. Okay, because that is a 0 end. The free end is what? Because we take the distance from end C, that's why this end is a 0 end, and you can say that this is a what? Origin. Like that, if you have axis that is a 0 0, and what you can see that origin is 0 0, like that, that is a free end. Here distance is what? 0, and after that is increases from 0 to x, and where it is lies? X less than 1, x less than 1 and greater than equal to 0. Okay, means x is always less than 1, not it is equal to 1, because there are the another forces, that is 12 kilonewton per meter acting on the point B, that is another forces. If there is nothing of forces here B, then we can say that x is equal to 1 also. Okay, but here there is a force 12 kilonewton meter act on the point B, that's why there will be the changing of the shear force. Okay, that's why x less than 1 and greater than equal to 0 means x is is equal to 0 or greater than 0 or less than 1. That is a region. That is very important to define. Okay, after that we calculate the shear force and bending moment at every points, that means at point C and point B. Okay, but in that cases we calculate only shear force and bending moment at point C, because why? Because shear force and bending moment vary only in region BC, means x less than 1 and greater than equal to 0. After that it is very easy to calculate the shear force. That means x is equal to 0, means shear force at section x is what? Shear force at section xx is equal to plus 10 kilonewton. Okay, plus 10 kilonewton, sorry, Sorry dear student. That is the shear force at section C means where x is equal to 0. There is nothing a value of x because its magnitude only 10 kilonewton. If it is x equal to 0, then shear force is also 0 in that particular point, shear force at C. After that, bending moment at C, that means x is equal to 0, means your what is your bending moment formula, minus 10 into x. And if you have to determine the bending moment at section means at point C, that means that x is equal to 0, means 10 into 0, that means 0, means bending moment at C is equal to 0 and shear force at C is equal to 10 kilonewton. Okay, that is a particular bending moment at shear force at free end, that means at point C. After that, again we can take the section in region what, BA, so that we calculate the bending moment at shear force at section B and A. Okay, so let's take the section in region BA. Okay, as same as can take the section here, again taking section XX at x distance from friend C in region BA. Okay, you remember this point, always distance is taken from free end. Okay, that is free end, and always distance is taken from free end. Okay, that is the section XX and distance is taken from free end, that is a x. Okay, and after that you can define the forces, you can define the distance of each forces of XX. Okay, here that is a UDL, and from geometry you can convert the distance. The total distance is x and that distance is 1. And how it is converted? That is x minus 1. Okay, that is x minus 1, because after that we can convert the forces into what, point load. That is a UDL, not point load. Okay, 12 kilonewton per meter is a UDL, uniformly distributed load. After that we can calculate its in term of point load. How it is calculated? 12 into distance. What distance? That is x minus 1, because we can multiply the intensity of load into distance to convert the intensity of load into point load. That is a point load, 12 into x minus 1. And where it is act? It is act at the CG, means that distance is x minus 1, means it's act on a CG x minus 1 by 2 from section XX. So this is the criteria to convert the intensity of load into point load, and it is a distance where it is act. Okay, means it's act on the CG of the distance, means that is x minus 1 distance, means what, where it is CG? It lies, CG lies at half x minus 1 by 2. Okay, after that we can calculate shear force at section XX and bending moment at section XX in region BA. It is very easy, it's not very tough work. Okay, means shear force at section X is equal to 10 plus 12 into x minus 1. Okay, because you can see here that distance is what, 10, and that is also a point load, 12 into x minus 1. And where it is at? Right side of section XX, means 10 plus 12 into x minus 1. Okay, I think there's nothing a problem here. Okay, and after that we calculate the bending moment at section XX, and it is very easy to calculate. How it is calculated? 10 into what, that distance is where, x, 10 into what, x. And what is sign convention? Because it rotates the beam like that, that is clockwise movement. And if the section having right side is clockwise movement, in that cases we take the sign convention as negative, that is minus 10 into x. After that, again that is another force is 12 into x minus 1, which is acting on the particular section, and it's also rotate the beam like clockwise direction, and it is also on the right side of the section. That's why we take the negative sign convention, means 12 into x minus 1, that is a force, and that x minus 1 by 2 is a distance, so multiply here x minus 1 by 2. Okay, because it is a force and it is a distance, and if you can get a moment, in that cases you can multiply the forces into distance. So minus 12 into x minus 1 into what, x minus 1 by 2. I hope you will understand this term. Okay, so final moment is what, minus 10 into x minus 12 into x minus 1 ka whole square by 2. That is the final moment at section XX in region BA. Okay, we can write here, that is moment at xx minus 10 into x minus 12 into x minus 1 and x minus 1 by 2. That is a force and that is a distance. Okay, because moment is equal to what, force into distance, as the same like 10 into x. 10 is the forces and x the distance. And I think there's nothing a problem in sign convention, because if the section having a right side having clockwise movement, in that cases we take the sign convention as negative. After the BM x is equal to, after calculation, minus 10 into x minus 12 into x minus 1 ka whole square by 2, and you can also calculate cross the 2 into 6 6 into x minus 1 ka whole square. Okay, nothing a problem, but I can uh, uh, left the term as it is. Okay, and where it is lies, it is very important to understand where it is lies, because it is very important to define the regions. And the reason is x less than is equal to 5 and greater than is equal to 1. It is very important to understand. Okay, so you can see here, that x is vary from, because it is a region BA, means that region varies from x greater than or equal to 1 and less than equal to 5. That is the region BA. Okay, because here there is nothing of forces, that's why here x less than equal to 5. If there is any other forces at region A, means in that cases only we write here x less than 5, not is equal to 5. But here there's nothing of forces there, we can write here x less than is equal to 5 and greater than equal to what, 1. The region is that. Okay, in region BC, means x values varies from less than equal to 5 and greater than equal to 1. In that cases we determine the shear force and bending moment at region BA at point B and A. Okay, shear force at B, that means x is equal to 1, x is equal to 1. Okay, your standard force equation is equal to 10 plus 12 into x minus 1. In that cases you put the term x is equal to 1 in that, 10 plus 12 into 1 minus 1 is equal to 10 kilonewton. Like that, shear force at A, where x is equal to what, 5. In that cases you take here the value of x is equal to 5 and you can obtain the value of shear force at A, 58 kilonewton. Okay, like that you can also calculate the bending moment at different section of the beam at different points in region BA. If you determine the bending moment at point B, you can put x is equal to 1 in bending moment at section XX, minus 10 into x minus 12 x minus 1 whole square, that is the original bending moment formula, and put here x is equal to 1. You can calculate the bending moment at B is equal to minus 10 kilonewton. At same like bending moment at, that means x is equal to 5, you can put the value of x is equal to 5 in the bending moment at section XX, minus 10 into x, where x is equal to 5. Here put x is equal to 5. After that you can calculate the bending moment at A. Now it is very easy to calculate. I think in last lecture, lecture number 6, I have already covered the basic concepts and how to take the sections and what is the concept of the section. I have already discussed in last lecture. I have nothing going to details about all that in this current lecture. Okay, so see the lecture number 6 carefully. After calculation, we can got bending moment at A is equal to minus 146 kilonewton meter. Okay, you can put only x is equal to 5 and bending moment at x6 in region BA. There is nothing bulky. Okay, so you can calculate only the putting the value of x is equal to 5 in bending moment x6 in region BA. So bending moment at A is equal to 1 minus 146 kilonewton meter. And why it is negative? Because the section having right size clockwise movement, then we can take the sign convention as negative. Okay, now after calculation and on all of the data, we can write here self force at C is equal to 10 kilonewton, self force at B, self force at A. We have already calculated. Okay, bending moment at C is equal to 0, bending moment at B is equal to minus 10 kilonewton meter, bending moment at A is equal to minus 146 kilonewton meter. We have already calculated it. Okay, so it's a final shear force and bending moment diagram of the current questions. That is a question having one side is fixed and loaded UDL over a span 4 meter from free end and having 10 kilonewton load at free end. Okay, that intensity is 12 kilonewton per meter. Okay, and total distance is 5 meter. So you can see here at in C the shear force is 10 kilonewton because it is a vertical load, so it is vertically rise. Okay, after that in region BA there is nothing, BC there is nothing around, that is a Y is the constant. Okay, and after that you see at region at point A the shear force is at 58 kilonewton. So and here there is a UDL, so that shear force is a inclined straight line. Okay, I think there is nothing a problem. Okay, after that you can match here 58 kilonewton, and that is the baseline, and shear force is positive above the baseline and negative below the baseline because our force is positive, so that's why we can take all values above the baseline. Okay, that is a positive, and that is a SFD, that is shear force diagram. Okay, why it is inclined? Because it is a UDL, and in case of UDL shear force is inclined line. Where it is constant? Because there is nothing a load, that's why it is a constant. And why it is upward? Because there is a downward forces. There is a if the force is downward, in that case we the shear forces rise or up. Okay, rise or down. After that we can draw the bending moment diagram very easily, because we know every bending moment at every point in calculation. Now it is very easy to draw. Okay, you see here in bending moment diagrams, that is a baseline. Okay, what that is a baseline, and at point C bending moment is 0. You can see in calculation at point B bending moment is 0, and at point B bending moment is minus 10 kilonewton. Okay, that is a baseline. Because bending moment is negative, that's why we can take the values below the baseline. Okay, above the baseline is positive and below the baseline is negative. That is 10 kilonewton meter at point B, and at point C minus 146 kilonewton meter, that is 146 kilonewton meter. Okay, here is a what here is a point load, that's why here bending moment is a inclined line. Okay, after that section is loaded with UDL. What? UDL. And you know that in the case of UDL the bending moment is what? Parabolic. That's why you match here in the case of parabola, that is a square parabola. After that you can match here. Okay, and H all the portion. This is a bending moment diagram of the current questions. Okay, I think you all understand the concept how to draw SFD and BMD of cantilever in case of UDL and point load both in the beam. Okay, so you can solve the questions of cantilever beam, any type of cantilever beam. Simply you can take a section in every region. Okay, you can divide the region as per loading condition. If there is a 2 load, there is a 2 regions. If there is a 3 load, there is a 3 regions. If there is a 4 load, there is a 4 regions, isn't it? After that, you can take the section from any specific point, but in the case of cantilever beam, you can take these sections from free end because it is very convenient to analyze the beam in that cases. Okay, and after that, in case of simply supported beam and in case of overhanging beam, what we can do, deal in the upcoming lectures. Okay, so this is the end part of my video. Thank you everyone for watching and listening my video. So stay tuned. God bless you. Thank you everyone.